Welcome to Barnstable Today. I'm Nick Cortez. The Town Council's list of agenda items at last week's meeting was small, but the agenda did contain one big opportunity for education and workforce development in downtown Hyannis in the form of a regulatory agreement modification. Initially approved in 2007, the regulatory agreement between the town and 89 Lewis Bay LLC allowed the development company to revamp the old Greenery nursing home into a condominium complex. Last week, attorney David Lawler, who represents the developer, went before the council to ask for a modification to that agreement that would allow for a culinary school to occupy the first floor of the building. Here, Attorney Lawler gives some background to the council on the project and discusses its potential to help individuals and the business community.
I presented the literature from the Cambridge School of Culinary Arts, which is the proposed tenant. And we went through the process of the planning board and had 2 meetings with the planning board, and I'm pleased to announce that they unanimously recommended that this proposal be adopted by the town council. It's a personally think, and the applicant believes, is a excellent use for the town of Barnstable, and in particular this area. It'll create some 30-odd jobs. It is also the lifeblood of Cape Cod is the tourism industry. It's going to train the young people to work in the culinary arts and high-paying jobs as chefs and sous chefs, something that this area needs. It has been a very successful business in Cambridge. And if you look through the catalog, it also, in addition to offering professional courses, it also offers what they call recreational courses. They have what's called the Cooking Couples program, where couples can go and for fairly short money have 2 or 3 cooking sessions and learn things from tapas to baking to roasts and other things. And it really offers, I think, a element for the citizens of Barnstable to expand their own personal lives. But the main issues involving this are the 3 commercial kitchens that will be in the approximately 10,000 square feet, and training people in Barnstable, not just the youth, but anybody who wants to follow a career in the culinary arts. And I know, having represented a lot of restaurants, that finding good people has always been a challenge for the businesses here on the Cape. And it really, in that area of jobs, really kills, bless you, kills 2 birds with 1 stone, for lack of a better cliche. Not only do we fill these jobs for the restaurants and provide better service to the guests of Barnstable and the Cape in general, the summer guests and the citizens, and we also are building up not just the 30 or so jobs that are going to be there for the professors and support staff and whatnot that are going to be working there, but also high school grads and college grads who want to pursue a career in the culinary arts. We're creating jobs for them. The applicant, the proposed tenant, believe that this is to be an exciting project. The reason, and I want to thank staff here tonight for allowing me to be before you tonight. This was approved by the planning board just last week, and the reason that the rush is that it's anticipated to open June 1st. And if we can meet that very aggressive deadline, I'm asking that a vote take place tonight, and I believe, in talking with town council, that that's appropriate based upon the regulatory agreement and the nature of a modification request of this nature.
Mr. Law, do you know about approximately how many students this would be involved in this program?
We have, Councilor Dogwant, it has 3 commercial kitchens, which would hold up. I think the class sizes, at a large class size, would be approximately 14 to 17, I believe, on the higher end. So at any given time, you might have 45 students participating. But that's also a staggered. You could have, I don't know the actual enrollment, but at any given time, you'd have 45 students on site. they could accommodate more because you could take classes in the morning and someone could take classes in the evening. And then I believe the recreational program, the couples cooking and individual cooking classes, I think those are a little smaller just because of the nature of the layperson trying to learn to cook.
After Lawler's presentation, it became evident that there was widespread support for allowing the new culinary school, both from the council and leaders from the business community who were present, including Hyannis Main Street Business Improvement District Executive Director Elizabeth Werfbane.
I just wish to say that the Hyannis Main Street Business Improvement District is wholly behind this project. It's really fabulous for the community on all levels. It's great for business. It's great for the residents. It's great for summer tourists coming in. I think it offers a really interesting mix to the downtown area, you know, above and beyond typical restaurants or, you know, regular businesses or retail. You're now offering more sophisticated educational kind of component to Hyannis. So it'll bring in a new crowd, which in turn just helps elevate the entire area. So we're very excited. We love the developer at hand. He keeps coming up with new and interesting ideas. So we're very glad that the town supports, you know, all of these kind of new innovative changes in what we usually see. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Councilor Tinsley.
Just really a comment on. I think it's a great use as well. I was at that at your first planning board meeting. And just really, I support it, but as far as the interest in the public, I went home, talked to the wife about it. She obviously talked at work because I got a call probably a week later asking when the culinary school was opening up. And I had to let her coworker know that, well, we weren't quite to that point yet. So I think it'll be received very well in the community. Having spent, 17 years in the restaurant business, I even look forward to it. So it definitely has my full support. Thank you.
Ultimately, the council unanimously approved the regulatory agreement modification, paving the way for the culinary school at 89 Lewis Bay Road. Earlier in the meeting, councilors were asked to amend the general ordinances to allow for non-criminal fines for violating regulations at the shooting range. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the discussion on that issue, beginning with comments from Director of Regulatory Services, Tom Geiler.
An upgrade in the fines at the shooting range, where they've had, as you're aware, an awful lot of vandalism and other problems out there with people violating rules. It's difficult to get people to pay attention. It's not manned. It's an isolated site, so that they feel strongly that by increasing these fines that they'll get more compliance, less vandalism, reduce the costs, and reduce the maintenance as well.
Just curious in regards to there are no provisions now for fines, I take it at all, and should fines be issued, how would that be adjudicated? What's the process?
Good evening, Mr. President and members of the Town Council. I'm Dennis Hula, Chairman of the Conservation Commission. Natural resource officers acting on behalf of the Conservation Commission have been enforcing the rules and regulations for many years and have in fact been writing non-criminal tickets. We just discovered last fall that those fines were never listed in Chapter 1 of the Town Code where they belong. So we're asking to correct that oversight so that the natural resource officers can continue to write those non-criminal tickets. There aren't many that are written every year, probably a half a dozen or less, but they are important to making sure that the range operates safely.
The council unanimously approved the amendments, allowing the fines to be issued. Now it's time to take a look at this week's remaining meetings. The school committee meets in the town hall hearing room. Wednesday, February 9th, there's an amnesty hearing in the town hall hearing room at 6 p.m. At 7 p.m., Old Kings Highway meets at the West Barnstable Community Building on Route 149. On Thursday, February 10th, Site Plan Review meets in the Town Hall hearing room at 9 a.m. At 3 p.m., the Board of Health meets in the Town Hall hearing room. Well, that's all for now. I'm Nick Cortez, and we'll see you next time on Barnstable Today.